The self-help industry is full of a lot of nonsense and we can get very, very sidetracked. Watch this video to avoid any pitfalls of your personal development journey.
Yeah. I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumed Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Day 3 of Writing Reality is complete. What an incredible event. Thank you so much for all of you who have attended. You can still get access to the recordings. Shoot me a message if you want that. First and foremost, I just want to say that I've been in the self-development, personal growth, whatever you want to call it, spiritual development industry for a very, very long time, okay? More than 10 years or so. So I just want to really start to fine-tune what it is about this that has helped me so far, okay? Now, you could read so many books but not take any action, right? You could hire a mentor but not do anything. So one of the things is implementation. You want to start to implement the things that you're learning and start to teach others about it. I think that as I started to teach more people about these tools and techniques that I'm learning, I started to get more proficient at those skills myself. So that's the first thing. Second thing is you've got to deal with hecklers and different manipulators and different people who can get you to this point of paying a lot of money but then not getting you the outcome, right? There's a lot of smooth talkers out there in the industry, very high up on the Machiavellian scale. So they're going to be very manipulative with a lot of the things that they do, how they present themselves. And I'm not saying that all the people in this industry are like this, but this is an industry that's full of sharks. Notice the people that are really succeeding in this industry. What is it that particularly gets people to buy into this? Well, first of all, it might just be that you are very naive, right? You might just be very gullible and go into this not knowing anything about it. That's why I want you to watch this video and know that, okay, I know what I'm getting myself into. First of all, always trust a consultant or anybody for that matter in the personal growth industry in terms of testimonials and credible testimonials, okay? Testimonials for people, make sure that they're giving their name and make sure that they're giving their full name, right? So that you can reach out to those people and actually have a conversation with them, right? Before I invest in any different programs or things like this, I always speak to the people who've already taken that program, okay, before I invest in it. Now, this is very great because you can always get a very nice understanding when you do get this, right? You can really start to learn and grow. You're getting their perspective, and then you can always go and apply your own perspective. So don't just talk to one person, try and talk to many people, right? Starting out, if you are a person who wants to be in this industry and really thrive in this industry, the first thing that I would say is to set yourself apart, okay? Everybody is doing very similar things, okay, in this industry. So it's very difficult to come along and add some new type of value into this mix. But if you are smart with your skill set and you have the knowledge base to back up what you're saying and you use evidence-based research and things like that, like Jeff Nippard, for instance, you know, he's a fitness trainer, but he uses science to back up what he's saying, right? Makes it more credible. He has studies that he shows. He also has a fit body himself, so he has both of those sides of, you know, the left brain and the right brain individuals are going to go into what he's doing. Very interesting to note that you want to start to get away from the pseudoscience and into the real science, right? There will be a lot of pseudoscience out there that's on the verge of real science. It's important to consider those things as well. However, it's important to just practice the different tools that you know will get you the results, right? Meditation, you know, will get you the results, right? Working out, you know, will get you certain results, okay? That's to crystallize your mind and body. We all know this, right? However, if somebody's coming along and being like, I'm a fitness trainer or I'm a, you know, meditation coach, well, what is it about them that you like as a character? Go with that, because the thing about it is You can have someone that's incredibly warm but doesn't have power. You can have someone who has incredible power but not enough warmth. And once you find individuals that have a combo of both, you really start to get that sweet spot of a person who is strong but also has a collaborative frame. Now, this is what is very powerful in really understanding, right, that you are a person of the people, right? First of all, I notice people like Gerard Adams or whatever replying back to certain comments that people are saying, right? Now, this by itself, they don't have to be them doing it. I don't know if it's them doing it or not, right? It could be their social media team doing it for them. Even if that's the case, it's really, really cool to be able to get a response back from a celebrity. Someone who's in that high frame of reference and status, or whatever you want to call it, right? We start out in this industry by having role models in mind, right? I want to be like Grant Cardone. I want to be like, Gary Vee. I want to be like Tony Robbins. I want to be like, Eckhart Tolle. Whatever it is, right? You want to be like somebody. So it's good to have those references. However, if you start to put all your trust into one individual, it's not going to get you the results, okay? You want to take results from a lot of different people, but dedicate yourself to one mentor and one philosophy, right? And the other ones just become almost like a supplementation to add to a specific area. You want to understand the different areas, right? You don't want to learn dating from a business coach. You don't want to learn business from a dating coach. Okay, and it is there. Unless you want to be a dating coach, then you can go with the dating coach and ask them how they ran their business, right? That's a different story. But generally, you want to know what is their specialization, what are they known for, what are they good at, okay? And then go into there. For instance, I specialize in getting people into the flow state. If somebody came to me and they were like, oh, I'm having a problem with my tax return and, I really need somebody's advice on this, I don't know. I don't even know where I'd start with them to coach them. You know what I mean? It's like you want to understand, okay, this is my niche of people and this is what I can help you with. And the fact is, I've worked with some top influencers and people, in this industry. And the thing about it is, those are just regular people, okay? Stop putting these people up on a pedestal like, oh my God, they're this and they're that. Look, they just either got lucky, either they, really understood their brand and they got their help. Either they're optimizing their market value, okay, their looks, their status, their money, or their game, in a sense, their skill set. And they know how to do it, right? So in a sense, don't put these people up on a pedestal. Whenever you start up on this industry, it's important that you start to understand that they're doing it, I can do it as well. Give yourself that leverage of understanding that, these people, don't thank them too soon. Don't thank people too soon. Always get the results and optimize and then thank them. I've had this habit of being, oh my God, I'm so grateful and I'm just so open, right? And that hasn't really helped me in the long term. And also at this same time, you don't want to take the people's skills and the techniques that they're giving you for granted either. And understand that gratitude might just be a virtue signaling thing that people are doing, right? Understand virtue signaling. If you understand the people who are just saying it just to say it, you know the difference. You can tell when someone genuinely is speaking to you from their heart and when somebody is just like, stop what you're doing. In this video, what I'm going to tell you is, it's like you already know, bro, that this person has had this video planned out for months in advance, trying to sell you on their latest book or something, right? Listen, I don't need to sell, it just flows out of me, you know what I mean? If I'm finding value in what I'm doing and what I've got, I can share it. Now, I want to really share something very important here, and it's this idea of I, okay? I was saying I the other day, and my mom told me, don't say I, don't say me, because it's egotistical, right? It's very cocky to do that, therefore don't do that. Now, I have a different perspective to I that I want to share, okay? Now, when I say I mean the I am of the universe, the absolute God. So, I am that I am, which is Soham in Sanskrit, right? I am that I am. So when I say I either mean that, or I mean the I, which is the most loving and wise version of myself, speaking to my other selves, my fragmented selves, you could say. So it's the I of my adult self speaking to my inner child. It's the I of the self speaking to my inner critic. It's the I, which is stating the fact that this is who I am, meaning I'm making a self-reliant choice in that moment. Now, when you start to understand this, you understand that I'm not being selfish just for me, just for survival, protection, and all this kind of stuff, right? Which is why we have a big ego in the first place. We're trying to preserve ourselves and protect our identities, right? In my particular case, and in my line of work, there's a lot of out-of-body experience. In fact, I have to crush my identity every single day so I can become a newer version of myself. So there is no I. The I is constantly fluctuating. It stays real in terms of the character that is evolving every day. It's a very deep concept, so I don't expect you to get it right away, but basically it's what Sadhguru said. He's not being selfish for himself, he's being selfish for his community. Therefore, you're taking care of yourself so much that you care for other people. Because if I don't show up and I don't take care of myself, how am I supposed to help you guys? Right? If I show up and I'm not able to help myself, how is it possible that I can possibly show up for my tribe, for you guys in videos? It's not. So that's why I'm saying you got to be selfish for the universe, because you're actually adding value by turning inwards and dealing with yourself. Because now how you show up is different. Now wherever you go, you are a different frequency, you're a different vibration, right? And it starts to really impact. Now when I say these words like vibration and frequency, I'm not throwing some kind of a mystical smokescreen in your direction, right? I understand the research of epigenetics, and I understand that there's such things as constructive waves and destructive waves, as in good vibes and bad vibes. I understand the science behind it, right? So I'm speaking from that. I'm not saying it just like, oh, you know, man, you know. It's like you see so many of these people that are just following one tribe-like mentality. You know what I mean? It's like the breathwork people are only breathwork people, right? The Wim Hof people are only Wim Hof people. It's like there's still conformity within the self-help industry, but self-help is not other help. It's self-help. So you've got to get real with yourself. That is why I am advising you from a specialist standpoint. I'm advising you to get the help, but also do it on your own. Completely try it out yourself, because it is called self-help. So you're getting these self-help books. It's supposed to help yourself. A self-help book is merely other help, right? It's somebody else who wrote it, but it's helping yourself. That doesn't make any sense. So read the book, but then apply it to your own life. So always find a way to optimize, right? Take from everything. I learn from everybody, not just mentors. I learn from everybody, actually. Or I hear a comment from someone, I listen to it, but I'm not seeking comments. I'm not like going out of my way to be like seeking feedback. For instance, you know, the other day my mom was like, oh, can I give you some feedback on your program? No, I don't need feedback for my program, right? I need feedback from the people who took the course. That's different, right? Because they've actually experienced it. With somebody without any background wanting to help you, give you unsolicited advice is not going to help you out in the self-help industry. So let me just remind you of that and start to understand that once you get real with yourself, once you're authentic, once you're vibrant, once you're honest on camera like this, and you're just, you're just letting go. You're not planning out every single circumstance and like trying to make it work and like, hey there guys, and there are psychological sales tactics and all of this kind of stuff that you can implant and use neuro-linguistic programming by now you should understand it, and then they actually mean buy now, as in click the buy button, right? So all of this stuff is hidden, right? In a seminar, they get you to say yes and raise your hand, yes and raise your hand, yes and raise your hand. Once they get to the asking your credit card number, you say yes and raise your hand without even realizing it. So once you know this pattern and how they set this up and what they're doing, then you can find a way to just Just zoom out of it, you know? And some people are super gullible. They're trustworthy. They think that everybody's their friend. Listen, this is a game where a lot of people out there, they aren't your friend. They're wolves. They're out there to hunt. They're predators out there, okay? Understand that we're still animals at the end of the day. So not everybody's going to be nice. If you watch Shark Tank, are they being nice to all of the people who come in with their products? No, absolutely not. So now it's time to understand that self-help industry is a business. They're out there to make money, okay? I'm here to make money as well. I understand that, but I have some self-awareness to know when I am actually nurturing this and making it a skill set and helping others, other than actually just like using some kind of form of, you know, tools to just try and fine-tune my way to doing it, things, right? It's like the sleazy car salesman, right? Or the presenter voice that you do that sounds completely disingenuous, and people can sniff it out from a mile away because people are intuitive, especially women. They're cosmic detectives. I've said this before, right? So understand this and really start to fine tune and get towards your own core blueprint and just own that. Own your own core blueprint of what you know so far. You know a lot, man. You know a lot. You just keep consuming because you're a good person and you want to be better. But if you constantly are on this if you're constantly on this hamster wheel of just like consuming and consuming and consuming without actually creating, that's not going to be helpful to you. So a real coach that you hire, a real person in the self-help industry, increases your implementation velocity. There, I said it. They get you to take more action. That's it. If your healer, your therapist, your coach isn't getting you to actually do things and apply and getting you to understand and facilitate and get towards your own answers, they're not really doing much. Okay, they might be feeding you information. You can Google stuff online anyway. Why do you need a coach to do that? You get what I'm saying? So a coach is there for the accountability, the support, someone you can lean on, someone you can trust along the pathway, so they can take you by the hand and guide you towards the path that they've gone themselves. Okay, I've gone through this past myself of being in depression and anxiety and like suffering for years and years, not talking to girls, right, being bullied, all these different things. So I know I've been there before, and now I can help others through this process, because it is a process. Once you learn to know the process, trust the process, and hey, my process might not be your process, but I can help you to find your own process. And that's the real key here, is to find your own pathway on this guide. So I hope this video gives you a new perspective. I hope it helps you out, okay? Block any of those people who are like, hey, do you need my help? Okay? Just honestly, the people who genuinely need your help, they're going to be giving a different approach than, hey, why don't you buy this thing and you'll be famous on Instagram tomorrow? You know? I'll get you verified in a day. All those people, just block them. Block them, block them. Okay, yeah. Nice, buddy. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, there's a lot of scammers out there. I don't like you. If you're listening and you're a scammer, I don't like you. Get out of here. We're here to be flow Jedis with integrity. And with that, I leave you. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it today. Boom.